you, but the moment I saw these new Stampin' Up! Butterfly Thinlits, all I could think of was how can I put some glitter on this butterfly without having to drag a glue pen or something all over the top of it. So I'm going to show you a quick way of how to put them together. We're going to just pass it through the Big Shot in a Thinlit die, and then we're going to put glitter all over the double adhesive sheet. So it's very simple. I'm going to show you how to do it. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is take a piece of regular cardstock that we're going to be cutting our butterfly out of. The next thing that we're going to need is an adhesive transfer sheet. And this is Stampin' Up's transfer adhesive sheets. They are, let's say, about 6 by 8. And I'm not going to use the whole thing. I like to just cut what I need because I don't want to use more than I have to. So I'm going to use my grungy scissors. And these are scissors that I only use for sticky kind of stuff. You want to have one scissor for sticky things, one scissor for ribbon, and one scissor for paper. Okay, so I'm going to put this on here. And as you can see, there's an edge here that you can crack and peel. So I don't want to cut that off. So I'm going to peel this back here, which is going to expose the stickiness of the adhesive sheet. And there are little dots on here. I'm not sure if you can see them. And so we're going to lay this on top. So I'm going to peel off this little strip. And so now it's going to be on my cardstock. And if you'd like, you can just trim the extra from back here because you don't really want to have this sticking to your cutting plates. Okay, so once you've done that, you're going to take out your Big Shot. And we're going to be using a magnetic platform or your multi-purpose platform on tab 2. You're going to put your cutting plate down and you're going to put down your adhesive and your cardstock. So I want to cut the butterfly with the adhesive on top because that's what I want to glitter. So the Thinlits that we're using are the butterfly Thinlits from Stampin' Up. I've adhered them to a little piece of a magnet sheet so I can manage them better. And this is just an inexpensive vent cover that I got at Home Depot that I just cut down to size. I'm going to lay this on top of my sheet and I'm going to leave as much extra room as possible because it's not terrible to have scraps of cardstock with adhesive already on them. I'm going to cover it with another cutting plate and then I'm going to put 2 little pieces of cardstock as shims. Now each Big Shot is a little bit different so you'll know how tight your rollers are. These are 2 pieces of cardstock that I use all the time so they're flat and shiny. So 2 of these is probably the equivalent of 1 piece of new cardstock. Because this is an intricate design, I like to get a really tight feel when I go through my Big Shot, and I'm not going to just run it through. I'm going to carefully and slowly pass it through. I'm going to back up once, I'm going to go to the end, and then I'm going to back up again. And that's going to ensure that I cut all those little intricate pieces. And this particular die cuts better than most of the ones that I've tried because it just goes all the way to the end. So when you cut this out, you're going to pop out all of those little pieces there. And those little pieces, as you can see, come out very easily. If you want to do it faster, you can just use your paper piercing tool. Now, if I wasn't doing this with adhesive and I was just cutting it out with cardstock, I would have put a piece of wax paper onto the die first and then the cardstock, which lets it pop out easier. But because this is a little bit thicker, it pops out actually quite easy. So once you get all of these little pieces out, you're going to peel away that layer of adhesive protection that you have that's going to allow the stickiness to be on the surface, and I'll show you what I mean. So now that we've cut all of that out, we're going to just take a paper piercer and we're going to just slip it underneath that protective sheet and we're going to peel it off, and that's going to expose all of those little adhesive dots. They're like the old Hermafix that we used to have, if you remember. So as you can see, that's all the little adhesive dots, and you want to try not to touch that because you don't want to get those on your finger and then they come off of here and then it's not uniform. I'm going to put that onto a piece of scrap paper and then I'm going to put some glitter on top. This is actually Dazzling Diamonds. I'm going to cover the entire surface of it with the Dazzling Diamonds glitter. And once I've done that, I'm going to just lift it up with my paper piercer and shake it off. And then that's going to give me this beautiful, shimmery, glittered cutout. So it's pretty simple. So I think you need to get started and start glittering everything in your craft room. If you have any questions, you can email me at Kathy@stampsandscrapbooks.com.